All right, back in the basement again. As you guys know, I'm using Juggernaut AI to track my progress to do a USAPL competition on May 1st. We're getting very close. This is my last strength training block that I'm on. Last week, if you remember, and if you haven't been following, you can check out the playlist. Last week, I didn't film much because I was really busy with work. This week that I'm talking about, didn't film much because I'm busy with work and some other things going on. So in fact, I think I only got footage from my day one, and that was kind of a different day because the week previous I had done the week 8 work, so I was behind and I didn't want to get more fatigued. Chad suggests I basically just take it easy, RPE 7 type stuff. So just kept it to 495 for a couple sets of 3 on squats on day 1. I did film that. It felt okay. Hips feeling kind of beat up. Feel like I'm carrying some extra fatigue. But the good news is even though I didn't film a lot that week, I did still manage to squat in the 500s basically, deadlift in the 500s. And then in fact, on Thursday, my day 3, I had a media team out here to film some stuff for an upcoming collaboration that I'm doing, which was really interesting. Having someone else in the basement was a new thing for me, and I tended to go a little bit off program. Went a little bit heavier than I probably should have. Deadlifts up to about 585. Squats, pause squats, at around 500 as well. So the weekend, I just kind of took care of myself. So I don't really have a ton of updates for you in that regard, but what I want to talk about in this video is just what my goals are for the meet. So again, May 1st, probably like 6 or 7 weeks out, I think, if my math is right. I'm not necessarily looking to PR. It would be great if I did. But what my goal is for this particular meet is to hit some numbers to improve upon my last meet's total. So ideally for squats, I'd love to hit a 606 pound squat. I've taken it a couple times, I think like 3 meets now or so maybe, and I have not been able to get it at any of those meets. So it's been kind of haunting me for a little bit. And in fact, I've only hit 600 in competition once. So typically my last couple of meets, my last squat that counted, which was my second attempt, was like in the 570 to 580 range. So I'm really hoping to push that to 600 and maybe even a little bit on top of that. That would be a huge win for me. And if I only did that, that would be great. You know, why don't they have squat only meets? They have bench only and deadlift only. Why not squat only? Where's the love for that? On bench, I think I finished my last meet at 327. So as long as I do like 330 or more, that'd be a big win for me. Bench has been feeling really good, but one of the areas that I struggle with bench is on heavy singles. Like rep work always feels good, but when it comes to heavier singles, just is something that's more difficult for me. I think it's mental. I'm gonna address that and tell myself that I'm a good bencher. I have been making sure that I kind of slow down my reps a little bit, control it more on the descent, have at least somewhat of a pause before I push on all reps if possible, just because I think that's gonna set me up better for those 1 rep max attempts, especially at a meet where you don't know how long the actual count's gonna be before you get the press command. And then finally for deadlifts, I think ideally, if I could hit like 620 to 630, that would be a big win for me. Last meet, I think my last attempt was like 611. The meet before that is where I blacked out on my 3rd attempt at like 580. It was pretty light even. So as long as I hit like in the 620 range, I think I'll be good. It'll be really interesting because again, if I'm pushing myself on the squat, having the energy in order to do so might be tough, but that's where some of these training days come into play where I'm literally squatting, benching, and deadlifting all in the same workout. So I'm used to carrying that extra fatigue by the time I get to those other lifts and hoping it's gonna pay off. Next week, I hope to have some more info for you in terms of footage because it's a max effort week. In fact, it's Monday of that week right now. So week 9, a max effort week. So some triples on squat, which I wrapped up. And of course, to get that bad guy energy, I am rocking the Scott Hall shirt. RIP, brother. Say goodnight to the bad guy. So I just finished that. You'll see that next week. Plan is to film all this week. I also have some space over here that I've created because I have a little toy coming, which is going to be a different and a first in any gym that I've owned, which is hard to say because I have a lot of stuff. So I'll stop rambling. Appreciate you guys following along the progress. Let me know if you have any questions on the powerlifting meets or the Juggernaut AI. Happy to help. But as I said, I've really enjoyed the program. Gonna keep on running it because this old man's still getting some gains. All right, talk to you next time. As always, thanks for watching and stay big.